We are live.
Yes, we
Another
are.
episode of Comedians of Entre, and I'm excited. It's a special show. You got the hair out.
Oh, you saw that?
You
Ah,
ready to go.
feeling good, man. Feeling great. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. So I'm guessing you got the haircut because that last episode you talking about getting it. You had the hat on.
Yeah.
You went and got it.
Oh, yeah. But my haircuts ain't complicated. They're just the sides. I just trim off the sides and that's it.
Do they not touch the top?
Nah, yeah. I try to at least like an inch. I knock off an inch. I can't let it get too long anymore. I don't like it.
Okay.
It doesn't stand up. It falls.
Well, it's looking good, man.
Oh, thank you, man. I need that energy, bro. That energy. How are you, man? You doing good?
Doing good, man. I'm excited about today's episode. We got a bunch of people on. Everybody's making moves. Everybody's doing things. So let's not hesitate. Let's bring them in. The first guy we got, he's also part of the HBO family. He's got a half-hour special, which recently completed a year.
Yeah.
It's the 1 year anniversary of his special. He gave out some HBO Max gift cards.
They didn't do that for me, though. They didn't do that for me.
Don't ruin the intro with the hate. We'll get into it.
I'm sorry.
Jerry Garcia.
What's up? Already, Orlando? It's been 1 minute. Already upset? Already venting?
Dude, I didn't even get you in the room. And he's like, wait, we didn't do that for me. How do you get the gift card?
That was not done for me. How are you,
Straight from HBO Max. What's up, fellas? How we doing, man? How's everything going? How's pandemic life?
Is that what we call it now? Is that the hashtag, pandemic life?
Pandemic life, dog.
Also on the show, he's on season 2 of Netflix's Mr. Iglesias. He was, 2 episodes ago? We're bringing him back. Give it up for
horrible. He was 2 episodes ago with horrible connection. With horrible.
You were just ruining everyone's intro.
He's coming back. He's back on the show to redeem his internet connection.
Lando Downer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alfred Robles.
I heard
with
you,
the
bro.
Evil villain laugh.
Bro, I heard you.
Dude, I
He's
feel like
coming back to redeem himself with a horrible connection.
Dude, I feel like I'm Michael Buffer trying to do the let's get ready to run, and then you just jump in. Hey, hold up. Let's it's not that good of a fight. It's not a good episode. These guys are not that good. Like, whoa, I'm trying to get these intros out.
Bro, I was about to say Orlando's having a bad hair day, but he's not.
No.
You know, what is it, bro?
I'm scared to bring in the next guest because I'm gonna bring up this crazy intro, and Orlando's gonna actually, Eric. Let me explain what I really think, and he's gonna break it down. So here we go. This dude is a comedian writer. He was actually one of the producers of George Lopez's "We'll Do It for Half," streaming now on Netflix. Nice. Give it up for Momo Rodriguez.
Momo.
Hey, no hate. That was beautiful. I appreciate that, bro. How nice.
So how's everybody?
The only one that ever hated on me was huh?
I said, how's everybody doing? Everybody's good?
Speaking of bad connection,
I'll tell you how Momo's connection is doing.
He's an Android and we're all iPhones.
Horrible.
Is it bad? You know.
Momo's talking about he's got professional cameras now. He's coming to us live.
He doesn't have professional audio, bro.
What is that, a drone? What are you on?
Audio's not working, bro. Hold on.
His camera's so good that it doesn't work with his internet connection.
You gotta make 2 choices.
That food looks 3D right now, bro.
I'm excited to have you guys all on because I feel like, dude, at a time when everything is locked down and almost at a standstill, you guys were all doing something, moving things forward. Like I know Alfred was just on season 2 of Mr. Iglesias, showing off and chops.
Yes, sir.
Which, dude, I think everybody's watching right now because we all home, and it's like it's been cool to watch and seeing a lot of homies on this season. Like Joe Coy was on. I see you. I was like, all right, look at
it. Feels good to watch people that you know on TV, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. At a young age, I didn't get it when I just started doing comedy, but now it feels fucking good. I feel you have to evolve as a person and as a comedian. Back then, when you're young, you're all like, man, how come not me? But now you're like, fuck yeah, that motherfucker's up there, dog. It's going to open somebody's door.
Right.
Exactly.
The more Latinos on TV. Yeah. The more Latinos on TV, the more chances for everybody, bro. That's how I see it, dog.
And it's not just on TV. It's either writing or producing or anything, dog. You know?
Hell yeah. It's all about who's next, baby. Who's next? Keep them coming. Keep them coming, dog.
And our
Who's
OG.
next? I feel like that TikTok video, bro. Who's next? Then you start dancing, dog. And that was a shout out to Edwin, bro.
Well, that's definitely
Everyone's doing good, man. That's the thing. To not do good right now is the worst thing, because in the industry, whoever's out there doing their shit, they go by that. So respect everybody, lift everybody up, because sometimes all they see is Brown. And if Brown didn't do good on one show, then who knows if they want to invest in the next one. So the best thing we can do is blow everybody up, support everybody, watch shows like Gentefied, watch Gabe's show.
Yep.
I mean, watch the special. I mean, we got to help each other out, man, because, I mean, we can do what, Apatow does with everybody else. We can do what Tyler Perry does. The Latinos, there is no group of us that we can do stuff together, and, we're all good enough for it.
Right,
Word up, bro.
We lost Alfred. I think he was eaten by the cat.
No, I'm here. I'm here with my cat, bro.
No, I definitely agree with you. We got to uplift each other, and you can't, like, I feel like back in the day, if somebody got something, there was always like a level of hate of like, oh, how'd that dude get that? But if we celebrate each other, exactly what we were saying before, it's like who's next? Like Orlando and Jerry were pivotal for the half hours. You guys were the first people to come in, open that door, and we celebrated them because next they opened the doors for Gina to come in, for Nick Guerra, for myself, for Frankie Quinones, who's coming out soon. Like, you got to be able to celebrate because you never know what that's going to lead to. And it's exactly what you're saying. If you don't, if they go, oh, well, that Brown project failed over there, why are we going to buy it here? But if it succeeds, it's like, okay, you know what? We need that too.
And you know what else too, brother? I feel like you have to be ready and stay ready because you never know when it's your turn. You don't know when you're gonna get that call. You know what I mean?
That mustache stays ready right there.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Hey,
Great,
I have new neighbors, bro. I have new neighbors, and these fools thought I was a cop, dog.
Yeah.
I was throwing out the trash, and they're like, "Hey, officer."
Did I just get? Did we just move in next to a 1980s police officer?
They called me officer, bro. I fucking died. I was like, "As you were."
It looks good.
Hilarious. They start asking you. They start asking if you can park here. Like, we can park here, right? Yeah.
I died, bro.
It looks great, man.
And they were white, so I made it even better, bro.
Yeah. So Jerry, you just celebrated a year anniversary, which is special. Not my weekend. How's
1 year, dog. June 14th, man. 1 year anniversary of It's Not My Weekend special, and it's been great, dog. If it wasn't for the stupid pandemic, we had a great tour going on this year. We had a lot of things moving and shaking. It's all just being pushed back. It's still gonna happen, dog. But I was just in El Paso this last weekend at the comic strip, and after our Thursday show, everything shut down once again in Texas, and got stuck over in El Paso. But things are moving. At least there was an opportunity for shows, man, which was a little exciting just to have that. It got taken away from us real quick, but you know what? We'll be back in August. Try this again, and we're not gonna let this keep us down, bro. We're gonna keep working, and we're gonna get out there sooner or later.
Wait, did you guys get to perform at least one show or no?
Only Thursday, dog. We only did Thursday, and then Friday we got the news Friday morning that the rest of the weekend is done, son.
What was the? I think because I haven't been on stage.
I know it's been over 3 months for me, 3.5 months. March 7th was the last time before that.
But what was the feeling from the crowd, like, as they're coming in? Was there an excitement? Was it like, we don't know? Was it scared? Like, what?
It was a little mix of everything. I was a little mix. There was people a little bit. Obviously, people didn't want to be near each other, so everybody wanted to make sure there was at least one table, and there was like one table separation between the groups and stuff. And there was other people who were just ready to party. They were drinking and ready to go. It's Texas, dog, so they were fucking ready to go. But there was a little bit of a hesitation, dog, at first about what we're doing here and everything's gonna be safe. And but it turned out to be a great show. It was fire, man. There was a lot of people, a lot of hyped up. People were excited to have us back on stage, and we were excited. And unfortunately, we weren't able to complete the weekend, dog. But it was fun.
Okay. How did you feel? How was that first getting up on stage?
I was rusty, man. I was actually really rusty, and especially because I'm writing new jokes right now. I'm writing obviously quarantine jokes and stuff like that. So. All that's new material that has never been tried before for me on stage, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but I got through with it. We're having fun with it. Did a little crowd work and just to ease back into it. And before I knew it, I was back in my control. I was forgetting what joke I was gonna do next and where I wanted to go. There were some jokes I was trying to avoid and move on from, and just trying to blend in the new shit. That's what it was. That was the real tricky part. Just blending in the new jokes was very, very difficult. It was like starting from scratch, fool. Starting all over.
Yeah.
You got to practice in front of a mirror, bro.
I can't do the practice in front of a mirror. Can you? I can't do that, dog.
Yeah, do it with a hairbrush, dude. And give yourself an intro. Do it in front of the kids. Make a little shot of them.
They're tired of my shit. They're tired of my material.
What about you, Momo and Alfred? Like, when was the last time you guys were on stage?
March 14th was the last time I went on stage, man. And then that night they gave me the Laugh Factory in Long Beach to do a Cinco de Mayo show. They gave me a headlining spot at Brea. They gave me a show at the Fox Theater in Riverside, and then the following day they canceled.
Wow.
That's money. Man. That's money, bro. I mean, that's the toughest part. You know, you plan your shows out according to what you're gonna pay in bills, and then next thing you know, that's it. You know, they tell you from one day to another, you're supposed to be professional. It's like, oh, that's I understand, but really you're like, fuck, there goes the milk. You know, there goes everything you gotta fucking buy that week.
Damn. Yeah, it's so funny. Like, I had to in my calendar, and I didn't delete them from the iCal, so I get the notifications, and it's just depressing. Oh, yeah. I was like, ding, you don't forget Ontario this week. I'm like, ain't this a damn?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's really, really bad, man. But then, you know, I've seen a lot of you guys. You kind of know who the writers are, the ones who are surviving. You know who are the ones who really want to do this. I see a lot of you working. You guys don't stop. Some of you taking this time to reinvent yourself. Yeah, and some people are like, well, I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, this business was not something promised. So, I mean, that's just part of the obstacle. And right. a lot of us have come out of this better writers and really have centered where they want to direct their comedy towards or their career towards. And you know, in a way, for some people, it was a good way to reset themselves and reinvent themselves.
Yeah, man. Real quick, moment just on that. Like, for example, I would never ever go into a weekend at a comedy club saying, "Here are our brand new 10 minutes I've never tried before." That I'm gonna try for the first time here, like 10 minutes. You can see like a joke or two, a bit. I'm gonna try this bit this weekend, see what happens with it. But I had like anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes worth of material that I was literally up there trying to get out there on the fly for the first time on stage with a real live audience. Yeah, that's something we've never do before that we're doing.
Oh, I mean,
but it must have felt good. It must have felt really good.
It did, especially when they were working and they were like vibing it. I'm like, oh shit! But then obviously it's a new joke, so you're not really sure where you're going to go with it. How are you going to finish it? It's crazy.
I actually just transferred all my notes from my phone over to my computer on a Word document, and I started transcribing the jokes that I've just had bullet points for during the quarantine that have come up. Like, you know, if my wife dies, I'll make sure that she's like really dead and not like then she's still alive. Meanwhile, I'm already cashing in the life insurance and all these jokes. Like, I'm really transcribing them. And dude, I can't tell you how excited I am to get back on stage and play with these new toys, because they're new toys to us. So I have this chunk of stuff I wanna, and you know, and I might bomb with it, but I'm excited to enter in that realm, you know.
Do you feel like you could try new jokes via Zoom, or do you think it has to be a comedy club? Because I haven't gotten up since March 14th, bro. I've done Zoom shows, but I feel like it's different.
Yeah, I did one Zoom show for a corporation, and it was I did an hour, and it was obviously it being a corporation, you know, I looked into the website and then I wrote jokes on all the owners and all of that. I did a little bit of roasting, but then I got into my material. And like you said, it's kind of like you just have to trust that the laughs are there, and you keep on plowing and plowing and plowing and plowing.
Yeah. I feel like on Zoom shows, bro, the people that are there watching, they want to get roasted.
I just want to point out how great Momo looks right now,
dude.
Like,
change up the camera.
It's bothering me a little bit because I feel like he's jumping into my house, and I don't like that. But
Dude, he's
what
got
I-
a documentary style camera there. Look at that. So wait, you did it, but you did a Zoom show recently with Frankie.
Yeah, I did it on Father's Day, bro. It was good, man. It was
Right there. I
good.
love Frankie.
It was real good, dude. It was like an hour and a half show. Frankie closed it out. I had on Cisco. I had on Renee Baca. And the show went good, bro. People love it, dude. And I'm telling you, what people like, they like getting roasted on, dude.
Yeah, somebody here apparently was there. They said Alfred roasted me on his live, so I got to come back. So wait, so you got it was? Did you attempt to do stand up, or you just went straight crowd work?
I attempted, but I saw what Frankie was doing, and everybody Frankie was killing, dog.
Yeah,
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Frankie was killing, roasting foods and just giving like talking shit about people, what they were wearing, the way his style was, and dude, they loved it, bro. They loved it.
Did he go as Creeper or did he go as Frankie?
It was half and half, bro.
Oh, that's fucking. He gave it a double whammy. There you go.
Yeah. It was awesome. Bro. I'll do it again though. I'll do another Zoom show. I don't mind doing Zoom shows right now.
right.
I know a lot of people don't like them, but I'm down.
Yeah, I did. I've done like 2 just because it was that thing. It was like, all right, I'm getting the itch. I want to try new stuff, and there's no opportunity right now to do it. You know?
And I feel like the fans like it because you can interact with them, dude, and that's what they like, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You'll get more. I mean, right now the best thing about Zoom is that a lot of us have almost doubled on their social media followers. Like, more people will follow you if you do a live show than going to a nightclub and performing. You know, you really got to get them to really follow you. But on here, I mean, it's intimate. They want to see more of you. You have more of a chance to make them fall in love with you in a way, and obsess over you when they have you on their screen. You know, and they remember you because you constantly they're viewing your name, they're viewing, you know, more about you. And then after you're done, you don't got to get into a card, pay a tab. You just turn the phone on a different app, and now they can go research you right away. You know, it's I think it's been the best tool for social media followers and also for them to get to know you, who you really are, and they see you in your raw.
Right. Jerry, have you done any Zoom shows?
I did the Laugh Factory and Haha, but I did like live stage without an audience, obviously. So they're like live streaming the shows. But not actual Zoom shows. No, I was gonna do a Zoom show with Kabir, but that one got pushed back, and I didn't reschedule it. HP's in the house. What's up?
Yeah, I got invited to do that Laugh Factory show, and for some reason, dude, like.
That one was fun, bro. I had a good time on that one.
Like for me, I will do a Zoom show and be able to interact with people face to face and like, you know, whatever. If they don't like you, they leave. But on the Laugh Factory, that IG Live, man, they roast you. And I don't know if I got the confidence. And it goes from anything. It doesn't even material. Like, yo, look at this dude's pants, and you're like, yo, they come after you hard.
But you can't see that when you're on stage.
Nah, it's too far, dog. It's too far. Nah. Yeah.
Until you get home and you start scrolling, you're like,
don't
do it.
It's like your report card, fool. You know, you got the
dude.
app. You don't want to look at it.
Oh, relay.
As far as I know, I killed with that silence.
Yeah, bro.
Nah. No, I don't know about doing
The
that.
less you know, the better, bro.
Hey Momo, I got a question for you, Momo. So you helped produce George Lopez, the OG. I watched his special last night.
Yeah, man.
How was that experience, brother?
You know, I think the crazy experience was before that. We did a year before on tour. I got to tour with the Comedy Get Down, which was D.L. Hughley, Cedric Entertainer, Eddie Griffin, and George. And being a fly in the room in those green rooms, man, you don't talk. You're afraid to talk. All you do is just listen. And then when it was time to start working on George's special, it was a bus tour, and we did little clubs in little cities, and it's just like watching some guy that made you want to get into comedy in the first place, and then now being around him and watching his process, and also trying to contribute to that process. You know, I had to step out of being a stand-up, and I had to step into being a real serious writer because I had to really pretend to be him and not me. You know, all of us are individuals, and we all have our individual style on stage. But when you're producing for somebody, you have to kind of try to channel them as much as you can. And when you do that, you know, you really gotta be able to, if I'm going to be funny, if I'm going to be artistic, it's not going to be for me right now. And us being comedians, we're narcissists, man. We love ourselves and we love being up there. So you have to learn to let go of stuff for yourself to give to somebody else. And man, it was worth it, man. It was worth it to see the attention that, it's getting. And I think right now it came out yesterday. We're on number 3 right now on Netflix, and I can't wait to experience that myself. I haven't done a special. All you guys have done specials. I haven't, but doing this kind of prepped me to really see what I want to do for mine. And I'm a big fan of all you guys. I mean, especially Alfred Robles, man. He was the first guy to really haze me when I started comedy.
Oh shit!
Fucking Alfred. You were
What
the
was that
first
like?
one.
What was that
I
like?
remember.
What was
the
that
first
like?
time. And then I'm gonna tell you right now. And then we became. I mean, after that, we became really good friends. I was at the Ice House, my first show ever. I come off stage and Alfred goes, "Hey, nice try, bro." And I remember just fucking like, I was like, the first time you go up, you're like, did I even do good? And Alfred goes to me, "Hey, nice try, bro." And he fucking just laughs. And I'm like, what an asshole. Later on, Alfred,
you be hazing your fools too, fucker. Don't act innocent, dude.
well,
Don't act innocent, motherfucker.
I was like,
when a comic gets off stage, just giving them that nice try, or I always go with the man. You'll get them next time. Don't worry about it. Even if they do well, because they're like, wait, what?
But everybody else ignored me, and Alfred actually got close to me, and he gave me some advice. He told me, "Hey, man, you gave me some direction. A lot of guys would just haze you and walk away, but you actually, you haze me, but you talk to me. And every time I would see you, you would kind of give me some advice. You brought me into the circles when people were talking. You would involve me in the conversation." And that's shit that I don't forget, because a lot of comics, they have their cliques, and Alfred would always just bring everybody together. And, you never had a clique, Alfred. You were always going around talking to everybody. And for me, young comedian, coming to a game where, where everybody's at each other's throats, and, we don't have fucking an open, we don't get showcased. We have one day at the club, and we just hope we go up that night. But, you made me feel welcome. And to this day, I mean, I always told you, you've always been good to me, man. And, now to see you on Netflix, I'm really proud of you, man. To see you on a show, and to see both of us doing something on Netflix it's just fucking amazing, finally. And it happened to be the apocalypse when it happens.
Yo, hey, bro, hard work pays off, brother.
It does.
You know what I mean? Hard work pays off, and you were a type of dude that you were always around. You were always grinding. You were doing different shit, but you were always in the hustle. I remember you used to take the bus, fool.
I said, bro, I was mugged 14 times in 5 years.
Wait, what?
On the fucking bus. 14 times I was mugged in 5 years. From Norwalk, I would go all the way to Hollywood Laugh Factory, and then I had a spot at the Long Beach Laugh Factory the same night, and I was mugged. Fucking 4 motherfuckers buy their kids food with the money they stole from me, dog, on the fucking bus.
At least it went to a good place.
I went to a good place.
It's for the kids, bro. It's for the kids.
By the way, any comedian watching this and making excuses to not go do spots, you're doing it on a bus from Norwalk to Hollywood, bus to Long Beach. Come on.
And after 2 a.m., the buses don't run anymore. So let's say I had to do a spot at the Comedy Store. You do the belly room, they put you up at fucking 2 a.m. So the buses stop running. So now you have to wait till 6 a.m. for the buses to run again to get back home. I mean, I would sleep in the station for a fucking 7-minute spot by, what's her name, Crazy Cindy at the Comedy Store.
Yeah. I only know a couple of people that used to take the bus. Is Momo, Juan Garcia, and myself.
Yeah.
We used to take the bus to gigs, bro.
What did Juan used to say? It was an aquarium for losers?
Yeah, it's an aquarium for losers.
So now,
that was dope. So how long, quick, going back to the special, how long were you guys on the road before you taped George's special?
He did a 6 months. He did 4 weeks continuously doing 40 days straight of stand-up. So he would do 40 days at all these clubs, I mean, all over the East Coast. And during that process, it was just what do we want? What do we don't want? How do we want it? What? Because see, George is known for doing live specials. So when he does it, like it's out there. This was one of his first tape specials. So it was a little more relaxed. It was more like, let's try everything. And on this special, if you guys see it, there's more of an old school style of George. You know, it was more political, more about his family, about himself. And it's something that you actually would write being on these small clubs and on these, we did everything from coming down New Jersey, did all the Jersey clubs, Virginia, all the little Punchline, the one over there in New Brunswick, all those little Stress Factory. I mean, it was cool. And one thing I did learn is that there's a lot of fucking beaners all over the country. Like there's a lot of Mexicans. They come out of the woodwork when you go out there, and it was fun, man. It took him. He's a pro.
No, but George is also one of those guys. Sorry to interrupt. He's one of those guys, like me being, Dominican and Puerto Rican.
Crossed over.
He crosses over, man. It's like he said at the end of the special, not to give it away, but I'm giving it away. He goes, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say how he said it because it's great the way that he said it.
Yeah,
but
and
if you can give us all one jewel, like one gem that he gave you on this advice or this one thing that you picked up on the road, what would that thing be?
One night we were in New York and we were in the plaza just hanging out. And for me, it was a big deal to be with this guy that I looked up to at the plaza, just having a drink. And I said to him, like, what is all this, man? Like, how do I know if I'm doing the right thing? How do you know if you're doing the right thing? He told me, he's like, listen, I don't know the key to success, but I do know it's not making everybody happy. And that stays with you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's true, man. That's our crying.
Yeah. So earlier you hinted towards our next segue. We do segues, and this one will be, I'll leave it to Eric. He'll be doing the segue on over to Alfred Robles. What do
Before we do the segue, I did want to jump on a point he made because I did watch the special. I love the special. And I felt like it really was old school George. Like I remember George from Team Leader, all the classic bits of his family. Yeah. The last special before this one was The Wall.
Mm-hmm. The Wall.
Which I felt was a very his political stance.
Yeah.
It was a love letter to Trump.
The current state of the country, right? So for me, when I saw this, I was like, oh, snap, it's back to being the OG again. Not that, the political stuff, but that, like that's not my style. So when I saw it, it's still a respecting, like, okay, that was his narrative for this one. And then when this one came out and I was excited to see the backdrop, he had the culture in the back. Like, was that like what before he started the tour, was that his mission? Was it going, all right, I'm going to go back to my roots. I want to celebrate the culture. Like, this is what this special is going to be?
I think it happened in the club where his direction went, because he went out there like it was a regular special. He does so many of them. It's almost like it's mechanical. But this time, I think the idea was seeing these people in the audience, seeing them yell and recite his old material, made him think like, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to talk about. And it really was, like I said, a love letter. The other one was a love letter to Trump. This one was a love letter to his fans. Like he really, and this one really like is about his people. Because one thing about George is that he will not rest if there's any injustice targeted to his people. And it's crazy, and as fucking prolific as that sounds, that dude, he really does take anybody talking shit about Latinos. It really hurts him. I mean, he's called people out recently, those people who are Latino celebrities that haven't said anything about Black Lives Matter. He's like, why aren't you guys saying anything? Why are you posting videos of doing TikToks with your family? This is, which I know some of us have said, well, it's our job to be funny and not talk about it. But I mean, sometimes you gotta show the human in it, right? I guess.
You gotta pull up, the way that we say, man. Just pull up. Just pull up. It doesn't matter what color or creed. Just pull up, man.
Hey, can I tell you guys a quick fucking funny story how we met George Lopez, bro?
Go ahead.
George Lopez, bro, was doing an in-store at the Kmart by my house. It was when Team Leader came out.
Wow.
So it was me. You guys all know Rodrigo Torres, right? Comedian?
Yeah.
Rodrigo, funny guy. He has the best George Lopez impression ever, bro.
He does, man.
So we get to Kmart an hour late, and there was a long-ass line already to meet George. And that's the Kmart I used to work at. So I tell Rodrigo, hey, bro, I'm going to get the speakerphone. I know the code for the intercom. Do the George Lopez voice. And he was doing the He was doing the in-store, the signing in the electronics section. And I told him,
Hilarious.
tell him that we're moving to the patio section. So that fool, I put the code, the Kmart code for the speaker, and he gets on and he does the George Lopez voice, and he goes, "Hey, this is George Lopez. We're moving the in-store to the patio section," and everybody runs over there, bro. Everybody in line runs to the patio section, and me and Rodrigo just swoop up and we go to the electronics station, and we're right there. And that's when George had his old manager, Ron de Blasio. And Ron looks at us and he goes, "Hey, was that you guys who did the impression?" And we said, "Yeah." He goes, "Man, that's the funniest shit. Okay, we'll let you guys cut." And they let us cut, bro.
What year was it, bro? What year
It
was
was like
it?
2004 maybe, or 2005. It was when that just came out, bro. And that was the same Kmart I used to work at, so I knew the code, dog.
Fucking knew the code to the Kmart phone. That's badass.
Yeah,
Bro,
bro.
you know the story of how I met George, right? That I snuck in. I broke into Warner Brothers Studios.
Fool.
I went in as a seat filler for that show called According to Jim. So when they take you in for the seat to be a seat filler, they make you go to the restroom. Well, I stayed in the stall for 2 hours, and I didn't come out because I knew that night they shot the George Lopez show on the sound stage next to the ER stage. So I snuck in during the break, and the person in the back was one of the pages. They're like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm George's cousin. I just went to the truck. I want to come in now." And she's like, "Okay, cool." So one of the PAs saw me and I got in trouble. I got arrested almost. They zip tied my head. They had me sitting down, and then George comes by and he goes, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Look, man, I want to meet you. I'm a big fan of yours. I just want to say hi. I want to be a comedian." And he goes, "You want to be a comedian? Like, you've done it?" I'm like, "I've done it a little bit." He's like, "Well, let me see what you have in front of my studio audience." And I think that's when I performed. And then that guy, Ron, I forgot his name, the guy, this warm-up guy, he had me go up and
yeah. The juggler dude.
The juggler dude, yeah.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, "Hey, why don't you go to the ice house?" And then George told me, "Go to the ice house, tell Bob Fisher that I sent you." And that's when I first met Fernando Flores and did that Comedy Time. That was my first show. But years later, I snuck in again onto his golf tournament. And he just looked at me like, "Really, motherfucker, again?" And we just became like, well, I think I forced a friendship on him, to be honest with you. Okay. After that, we became good friends, man. And he's been an amazing mentor and teacher. But, if you want something, man, and you feel like you deserve to be somewhere,
just sneak in and get it.
That's how I got. That's how I got my restraining order for thinking like that, fool.
That's how I got my ex-girlfriend.
Hey, bro, sometimes it doesn't work, dog.
Can we give Momo some respect here? He sat in the stall for 2 hours with no smartphone. There was no smartphones back then.
Oh, there was. I had a pager. And my mom kept on texting me 911 emergency call because she knew where I was at. Nobody knew where I was at.
Yeah, he wasn't watching Netflix or Instagramming. He was just sitting there.
Hell no.
I'm a fat guy.
The longest shit ever.
To squat on a fucking bowl, bro. That shit hurt for 2 hours just squatting.
Let me ask you guys, because I know Alfred brought up team leader. What specials affected you guys in that way where you guys were like, "Yo, I'm doing stand-up"? Because there's certain specials that we go, "Okay, what is that? Because I want to do that." Was that team leader for everybody?
Team leader, Why You Crying?
Why You Crying is the one, right? Why You Crying? Which is Why You Crying before Team Leader or Alienation?
Yeah, it's Alienation was the first one.
Alienation was the first one.
Yeah, Alienation was the first one, and then Why You Crying was the second one, and Team Leader was the third one.
Yeah, I think it was Why You Crying for me. It was right after Alienation.
Me, it was Eddie Murphy Raw, then Why You Crying, and then everything that Martin Lawrence did, like the Martin Show and everything. Yeah. And I was just like, I catch old episodes of Martin, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this. And you see, it's like you see some of my some of the sazon that I have on me is from George Lopez, Eddie Murphy, and Martin Lawrence.
For me, I don't even think it's a special. For me, it was Que Locos, bro.
Que Locos, man.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah. He came out, but even in Que Locos, when it was
everybody was on that shit. I didn't even know about specials back then. Probably until my third year or second year of comedy.
Yeah.
That was everybody who. I mean, that when Angel Salazar came out on that. Who else? Emilio Rivera did stand up on that.
Yeah, Emilio. Everybody, bro.
I haven't heard the name Angel Salazar in years.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it
Check
out.
it out.
Yeah, dude. I see. I grew up watching Eddie Murphy and everything, but to me, it was never a thing of, oh, I could do that. It was just something I was watching. And then I remember Why You Crying, and then another one. There wasn't even like a stand-up comedy special. It was like Mambo Mouth, John Leguizamo.
Oh, yeah, John Leguizamo.
Someone of my background, and I was like, well, hold up, what's happening here? This is something you could do.
Mm-hmm.
He made me realize that we also belong in theater. It was something beautiful to see John Leguizamo, man, because watching all of his one-man shows, you feel like it's okay to be theatric. Stand-up is so like shit talking, making fun of everything, but John Leguizamo was the first like romance I ever had with being theatrical, like breaking fourth wall, going there. I mean that, and to combine that with stand-up, it was. We're all students of this craft, and we continue to learn. What about George Carlin? Man, I found a record when I was a kid of George Carlin with the words you can't say on TV, and that one was the one that was like, wow, this guy's a freaking wordsmith. So I never knew that with words, because my dad was a fan of Cantinflas, and Cantinflas would mess you up and would trick you with words. And I saw Carlin the same thing. That's kind of what I was like, wow. But you guys ever know the Polo Polo?
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I found a tape that said "Solo para adultos," which means only for adults. But I thought it was like sex sounds. That my dad had a tape of fucking sex sounds or something. I don't know what it was. It said "Solo para adultos." So I jacked that tape, went into the room, put it on.
I thought you were gonna say something else, bro.
Oh, I thought I'm ready to jack off to a fucking tape of sex sounds. That's what I thought it was.
Momo had a box of tissues and cream.
Yeah. Turns out it was Mexican stand up, and
Palo.
Dude, that was badass. You guys do Mexican Spanish stand up, Jerry and Alfred.
I've tinkered with it, bro, but it's not my thing yet, dog.
I can't do it, bro. I mean, I'm fluent, but I just can't.
Yeah,
I can't. I give props to anybody who can. It's hard for me.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like it's easier than what you think it is.
Really?
And yeah, I think so. I think, and I've done it in Mexico as well. I think it's if you speak Spanish, you'll be good.
Yeah.
If you speak Spanish and because I'm excited this year, definitely when I get back on stage, I'm looking forward to doing it, especially because people don't expect it when they first see my face. But it's easier. I've done it a couple of times. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Once you lock into it, because if like me, I don't tell jokes, I tell stories. So it takes me about 15 minutes for my brain to lock into full Spanish mode without doing Spanglish, and then I'm off to the races. Then I can run,
And I feel like you can use that for your advantage, not knowing a lot of Spanish words, and they're gonna laugh no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it's easier than what you think it is. And then I feel like you could take your time with Spanish comedy. They don't care, bro. They're not expecting that quick laugh because it's still kind of new. So you can take your time, do it slow, tell long stories, and it's still new to them. So I think it's better. I'm not gonna say it's better than English, but I think it's easy.
Right.
I don't know. I feel my Spanish is better than my English, and I've still had a hard time. I speak fluent Spanish, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I fluent, but I got raised with like proper Spanish. I wasn't really raised with like paisa, like hardcore, bad word. I can't say bad words or anything like that when I was growing up. So for me, it's the transition a little bit different, dog. Because I start like my Spanish when I try to do Spanish, I start like speaking literally like I'm like at church or something, dog. And I don't know. It's a weird mind twist for me that I can't adjust and just be myself. Yeah. When I'm talking Spanish, I feel like I'm talking to my mom. And it's a different mentality, dog. Like it's hard for me to even say bad words, dog, or describe anything filthy or dirty. It's just bad. I can't do it, dog. It's just hard for me. And I think that's where I'm getting stuck. I gotta get past that. Once I get past that, then it'll be on, because I do want to do Spanish. My Spanish is like I said, it's better than my English better sometimes.
Right. Well, I do want to transition to Alfred, because I feel like with every comic, like we do this stand-up comedy, and we'd love to at a certain point transition to television. And Alfred, you've witnessed this firsthand, because you were on the road with Gabe, and then this season you got to be on the show, Mr. Iglesias, which what did that feel like for you, going from stage to doing TV?
Man, it was hard for me in the beginning, bro. I felt like when we were doing the run through or whatnot, when we were doing the table reading, I kept fucking up, dude, and I was getting nervous. I kept getting nervous. But the day we shot, dude, I was golden, bro. I did good. I did a good job, bro. I didn't fuck up once when we filmed. But during practice, bro, I kept fucking up, dog.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was just a mental thing or I still kind of get nervous when Gabriel's there. You know what I mean? I feel like kind of like the big brother is there watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get kind of nervous, even though he doesn't bring that out of me or he doesn't. He does, Gabriel's one of the downest motherfuckers ever. So I still get kind of nervous when he watches me a little bit, dude.
Because
So
you don't want to. It's not. You don't want to embarrass him in front of his coworkers.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And then I feel like you have to prove yourself even more because you're a homie than a regular actor.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He went out for you. He got
Yeah.
he put his name down for you, so you want to make sure you do a great job.
Yeah. So that's how I felt. But once we filmed, bro, man, I was in heaven, dog. It was like doing good for the first time, bro. When you get that first applause break, bro, that's how it felt, dude.
And
I wish my mom was there.
Yeah, and that's that story right there is very important, even for people who are watching or other people. You were messing up where you're supposed to mess up, which is during practice. That's what during the table read and everything. But inside baseball in Hollywood, you can also get fired at a table read because there's certain actors. One of the tips I've gotten from like OG actors is like, nah, at the table read, you should be like on it because a lot of people have lost their jobs. But that also applies to pilots. When you're reading the pilot.
Yeah, and I also feel like we're all comedians here. We want to tag shit up, bro. We read our lines, we're like, oh, I could say this a little bit funnier, or I could write this a little bit funnier. So that's we think like that, fool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're writers, yeah. So when you're saying the line, like you're thinking what you want to say, but you can't. So it kind of throws you off. Well, it threw me off a little bit, but like I said, when we filmed, that was good.
Yeah, that's how it is with me and the Netflix special with Chingo Bling when we're doing those sketches, dog. Like they give us the lines, and I'm like, I wouldn't say it like this. I would say it like this, and they're like, no, you stick to the script. Stick to how it's written. I'm like, fuck.
It's not you. That's one thing that's hard for comedians to understand as actors. It's like we play ourselves so much, and we know ourselves so well, but we have to remember we're not playing us. We're playing something that somebody, put together. It's not. I remember I told that to a director one. Well, I wouldn't say it like that. He's like, motherfucker, it's not you.
Yeah.
I hope you're supposed to play this guy lives in this world, not in your world. And we're like, oh, okay, well, I guess
Memo, not Momo. You're playing Memo.
Exactly.
And then also we have to remember, bro, we're already acting on stage, Vato.
Yeah.
I think that's the most frustrating part. Like when we go out and you pitch a show around you, and they're like, "Well, can you act?" I'm like, "Well, I do it every night."
Yeah. Yeah.
So now that you've seen that side of it, is that something you want to pursue? Like, is it something you want to develop a show for Alfred? Do you want to develop your own vehicle?
Yes, I would like to pursue it, but also I still want to do comedy. But
no one's telling you to choose one or the other.
No. But I do want to pursue it, and I do want to get other shit as well. And I think after season 1 was over, I started going to an acting class because I knew something was going to happen, and I didn't want to be one of the guys that wasn't prepared when you had a chance.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I prepared myself. And I remember talking to Orlando at the haha, and he kept telling me, "Hey, bro, do this. You got to level up. Do this now. Maybe it's not the time right now, but it's gonna be the time. So do." And then I was all like, "Fuck, I didn't think like that." So I started doing little steps, and it all worked out.
And look at you now. You could play a cop. Look at you now, bro. You could play a cop in any show on TV.
You can play Chips 2020.
You can do the Tapatio biopic, bro. The Tapatio man biopic.
And I have a laptop now because you guys clowned me the last time, bro. What more do you want, bro?
What about you, Momo? What is it you want to do next? Like, what if this lockdown wasn't happening? You produce a special. Is it you're shooting your own special? Is it producing a sitcom? Is it producing a movie?
Well, the good thing about working with this guy, this caliber, is that it lines you up in a position where you get a lot of meetings coming in.
Right.
And when the quarantine, hit, it did kind of mess things up. I was casted on 3 different TV shows. And right now everything's on hold. So I was going towards the actor route, but working with George now I'm going towards the producer writer route. I mean, I can't wait till those shows that I've been cast on, which I can't talk about, of course. Start shooting. Maybe that'll take me to other avenues. But right now, my focus is what can I write in this time that I have down? What can I start pre-production on? And how can I involve friends of mine like yourselves to join this little union of production that we can start on? I mean, we have Alfred, we have Jerry. I mean, you guys are already working on stuff. So now it's easier to go into a pitch meeting and say, well, hold on.
Oh, Hollywood shut him down. Hollywood shut him down for showing support. That's what happened.
Hollywood, can you guys still see me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you, though.
Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Bro, they just triangulated on this fucking on my location.
Yeah, they were like, "You trying to get Latinos on camera, behind the camera? Shut them down. Shut them down.
Shut them down.
No, like I was saying, like all of us, seeing who we have now, it's easy for me to go into a pitch meeting now and say, well, hey, what about Alfred Robles? He was on Mr. Iglesias. What about Jerry? He was. I mean, it's easier for me to do that now that we see all of us working, and I think that we should do that. So it's not more about what I want to do; it's more about what I think we should do together.
Right.
Because I mean, we could use the work, and I hate to say this, but for those of us who haven't made it yet, that this quarantine made them, not do stand up anymore. Well, I'm so sorry, but those of you who have lasted, let's fuck shit up now. I mean, it is.
Well, there was a one of the good quotes that I've heard a long time ago. I heard it from Jerry Seinfeld, where they asked Jerry Seinfeld, this is applying to stand-up. He was like, are you worried, Jerry, are you worried about stand-up and where it's going and the direction and the type of comics that are out? And then Jerry said, no, I'm not worried about it because stand-up has a natural way of filtering itself.
Yep. I remember that.
This quarantine, there's two things that is done for sure is like if you really just paused and listen, you got your calling. If you just went outside and when it was real quiet and you heard nature, you got your calling. The second thing is a lot of guys have topped out. They've just like, nah, I'm done. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go get that Trader Joe's job. Nothing wrong with Trader Joe's. Or I think I'm finally gonna take the bar exam and become a lawyer, even though I already went to college, but I never took the bar exam. A lot of people are reconsidering their lives because this is real life right now. This is the sacrifice. Some of us are blessed that we have savings in the bank. Others are not, and they're trying to figure it out. And the last thing on their mind is stand-up comedy.
Right.
Word up.
What about you, Jerry? What's the next move? I know you just came out with a new podcast called Not My Weekend.
Yeah, I got my own podcast right now. Going solo from the American Wannabes. American Wannabes is still going on. That's going great. And
you're still on America's Wannabes?
Yeah, we're still in American Wannabes. We just all decided together that we should start doing our own as well, just to keep the traction going and bring in even more new listeners to the American Wannabes. So I've started that. I'll start a YouTube channel with my youngest son, my 5-year-old son, Nicky G Makes It. He's 5 years old and he's doing a little wannabe. He's a little wannabe Ryan's Toys, but we're doing it our way, And no toys included. It's not a hack like that.
Is this a son that went viral with the parking tickets?
Yeah, the little kid. Yes, that's him. That's my son. So he's loving it. And that's kind of a new project that I took on during the quarantine. I was spending so much time with these damn kids that we had to do something, dog. So other than that, just auditioning, writing new material. I just had an audition this morning for a voiceover. I hope you guys were not part of that because I want to win this. And just auditioning over online and stuff like that, dog. And writing material, bro. I'm really excited. I want my own hour special, bro. That's my goal. That's my 2022 goal, 2024 goal.
Put it out there.
Just get there, bro. I want my own 1 hour special, dog. And that's what we're working, striving for right now, dog.
Nice.
You're a funny guy, bro. Jerry, you're a funny dude. And I don't say that about people. I really hate people, but you're fucking funny, bro. And I see it happening soon. That's special.
Nah, and
I'll produce it. I know how to produce.
Let's do it. Let's work. Let's do it. I got mad respect for everybody in this fucking group, bro. You guys have been grinding before me, with me, after me, and it's just a crazy road that we're all just gravitating into right now, man.
But I love, and I'm bringing it back to Momo and Alfred's point. We're reinventing ourselves and making sure there are no excuses. Like the fact that you created your own podcast. You know, Momo's talking about writing and pitching stuff. Like now is the time for you to start working on those tools that we may not necessarily sharpen every day because we're constantly doing stand-up, so we don't have time to take those writing courses, those courses. Like now, while you're home, is the perfect time to do that. Sharpen that toolbox. So when this thing does open up and you go there, there is no excuse not to give you, not to give Momo a development deal or a show, or Alfred, oh, you should do this. This is your next vehicle, or even Jerry or Orlando, because we've got all those tools sharpened and ready to go.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon. And look, it is already, this quarantine hit during rise in Netflix. We had Narcos come out the new season. With most of the people on Narcos this season were American actors. I mean, my friend Jesse Garcia was in it, and then Hentified hit. And we all have friends in Hentified. Marvin and Linda, the creators of Hentified. I mean, they're formed, and.
On My Block was also on Netflix.
On My Block,
the expanding universe of Ashley Garcia. So we're seeing those opportunities show up. Mr. Iglesias was on a top 10. I think they were the first Latino show to break the top 3 because Hentified made it to top 5.
Yeah.
And and this just got pointed out to me, like someone like Eric, who launched like 6 shows on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He has like 6 shows, and thank you. That fun fact was brought up by Edwin Licona, one of the producers of Entre. Also, you can find Edwin Licona on TikTok, a grown man on TikTok.
You coming after him every week. All right, before we get out of here, let's let everybody
Edwin, dog.
Find you, Jerry. You, man. Jerry, where can people find you, man?
Besides in my home all day, obviously on Instagram, social media, Jerry Garcia Comedy, my YouTube channel. I'm putting in more shit on YouTube as well. My podcast, It's Not My Weekend. It's everywhere. Please listen to it. Let me know what you think, dog.
Don't forget
the HBO half-hour special. It's Not My Weekend. It's Not My Weekend. Airing right now on HBO Max.
HBO Max, everybody.
Yeah.
So check that out. Alfred, where can people find you?
I'm Alfred Robles on everything, and check out my my podcast, the new Latino podcast, and then Mr. Iglesias season 2 is out there right now.
Yo, go watch it. Screenshot yourself with Alfred behind you and tag him on it.
I'm not. My episode hasn't aired yet.
Oh, not yet. Oh.
I thought they dropped the whole season, bro. They don't drop the whole season.
They dropped 6, and they're gonna drop the other 6 later.
Oh, you're in the second 6.
I'm on the second 6.
All right.
Let's just say I've seen all the episodes because my wife works for the company. My bad. I thought it was all out. My bad.
6. They did 6 and 6 this year.
Momo, where can people find you?
Momo Rodriguez at all platforms, and check out a Chingon podcast, George Lopez's podcast. I'm producing that. I'm on that too. And I have my own other podcast called Para Gordo Activity. And it's me and my good friend Don Hefty, 2 big dudes. And we talk about the paranormal and everything and anything that is paranormal. We have medium guests that are like, Talk to the Dead. Pretty cool podcast. And please watch, we'll do it for George Lopez's first Netflix special. I'm a proud producer. And please watch everything these guys do too, please.
Yeah, definitely. Go support. Even if you watched it, watch it again. You can put on mute while you clean the house or just listen to it in the background. All those views, all those clicks help open the doors for people like us and for just brown people in general, like getting more representation on TV.
Hell yeah.
Orlando, I want to go to you, but I feel like you're going to say something deep, and then my plug just sounds like a frivolous. Because every time I go to Orlando, there's a prayer, there's a deep saying, there's somebody.
Hey, but that's Orlando right there, brother.
There's a life-changing opportunity.
That's Orlando, bro. He changed my life. Orlando changed everybody's life, bro.
Orlando, go.
No, man.
Reverend Orlando Leyva.
I do want to take a minute because I know we're all talking and whatnot, but like, God, man, like, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so proud of everybody. The only one that I'm not really close to, just because we haven't like crossed paths a lot, is Momo. But from a distance, I've watched you, brother, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of Alfred. I'm looking forward to your half-hour, Momo, and I'm putting that out there. You're gonna do a half-hour soon. Alfred, me and you have already talked about your hour and how fantastic it's gonna be. Jerry, that hour's coming for you. And congratulations to Eric selling a show to Amazon, man.
Hell yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell you about that. Congrats, motherfucker.
Congrats, man. We keep on celebrating. And let's not forget, man, a guy that's kind of brought us all together in his own way. A grown man by the name of Edwin Licona, who's on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Bring him in, bro.
The man behind the camera.
Make sure you go check out Orlando's half-hour special, Adorable, streaming now on HBO Max as well. You can find me on @EricRivera Comedy on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you on. And then go watch my half-hour special while you're at it. Super White, also streaming on HBO Max. Fellas, thank you guys for being here today. Salute you guys and wishing you all the best.
Thank you, brother.
Salute. Peace out.
Hey, stay Rona free, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.